Do you hear me? I'm talking to you across the water, across the deep blue ocean, under the open sky. Oh my, baby, I'm trying.
Boy, I hear you in my dreams. I feel you whisper across the sea.
Hey, Angel fam, what's going on, everybody? Today, we are going to be doing a TMI girl talk with Aubrey.
So,
He's the odd man out.
literally. I'm literally.
Consider me like... Sorry, sweet. Consider me like your YouTube big sis for the evening. What?
I was literally only gonna say I'm literally the odd man out. Except once though.
It's just weird face.
He's the odd
Kitty.
boy out, kitty boy out.
But oh,
I'm sorry, sweetie.
oh gosh, I forgot.
I'm sorry, that's my fault. I was gonna say about our hair. I can't remember if we.
Yeah.
I don't know if we
We
should.
got our bangs done.
Yeah, I got my bangs done too.
I said we, didn't I? Well, I got my bangs done. He got his hair done. I'm so sorry. But I'm just gonna be answering questions like from my point of view, like about myself. They're TMI girl talk, so I'm talking about myself, but I'm also talking to you guys. I really pray that makes sense. I'm the worst person on earth to try to get to explain something to. Like, I can't explain things to save my life.
She doesn't give herself enough credit. She does a lot better than me most of the time.
I really don't. Like, I trash myself constantly. I'm working on it though, but still not where I should be. But let's get into it.
Let's do it.
About your wedding, are you scared for the honeymoon? Not regarding the sex, but just the honeymoon in general. Before I answer this question, I said sex because sex is not a dirty word. Like, I've been not saying that for the longest time, and it is not a filthy word. I'm sick of social media. I'm sick of everybody making me feel so bad about that word. Sex, 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 sex. Okay? Sex. Okay.
Sex.
Exactly. It's not a bad word. You want to say it, you want to say it. Intimacy, sex, whatever you want to say, it's beautiful. Don't let anyone make you feel like that's a filthy word, or they're gonna get some face punches from your YouTube big sis. Okay? Okay. But I don't take that crap anymore. I used to take a lot of crap, and now I take literally nothing, so don't try me. I am scared for the honeymoon, but at the same time I am really not, because I know it'll be something that I get to look forward to forever. So I'm scared, but I'm not scared at the same time. Like, I guess it's just a new adventure to me with, I think it's mainly my autism. With my autism, I'm really scared to try new things. And I know this is a new adventure, and that frightens me. But at the same time, I have the love of my life by my side, so I know I can do it. So the answer would be yes, but no. Now, about the honeymoon, am I scared to have sex? Absolutely. Because I know a lot of people bleed, a lot of people hurt, a lot of people are in discomfort and things like that, and I don't know how my body will react. Your hymen will break, and I know to some people that, like I just said, can cause bleeding. You cannot bleed, you can be in a lot of pain, you can be in none, and I do not know at all how my body is going to react. So I'm scared my body, because I have a very low pain tolerance, so I'm scared my body will just put me through a lot of pain. So yes, I am very scared to have sex, but like I just said, I have the love of my life with me, who I know is a major believer in consent and will stop if I want him to, things like that. I know he will be looking out for my best interest, as he always does. Why am I waiting until marriage? Okay, already about to cry. There are two answers to this, and one is not really happy. A couple years ago, this is reason number one why I'm frightened to have sex. It's because, let's just say, my father did not love me at all. He abused me, he really, really hurt me, and I honestly really think he should have left other than just hurting me. It would have put a lot of less scars on me. But because he didn't love me, he didn't care about me, he treated like just no better than the dirt off of his shoe. Because he didn't love me, I chose to get love from boys who I knew didn't care about me. And let's just say there was a very bad result in that. It happened to me 5 times, and if some people don't know what I'm talking about, I'll just be more forward with it. I was sexually assaulted 5 times by 5 different people. I hate the R word, so I will not say it. But that's one reason why I am so terrified, because of what has happened to me. I know I put myself in that situation and I will regret that for the rest of my life, but still, I said no and they did not listen. So, as much as I know it was my fault, it was also their fault. People are always telling me it's not your fault, and I can say this to other people if other people were in the same situation, but I don't believe that about myself. I believe it was my fault, but I also believe it was their fault. But getting off the subject before I completely lose it on camera. The other half of why I am waiting for sex until marriage is because of my faith. I am a Christian, and I just believe that sex should be with your partner when you're married. That's my beliefs. But at the same time, I also believe your body, your choice, if that makes any sense. Like, I believe you should be able to do with your body what you want to, because I know there are not people who choose to go down this road, and I also support them. Like, for the bajillionth time, I hope I'm making sense. But both reasons why I am waiting until marriage.
Excuse
me. More the second one than the first, but the first does have a hand in it as well. Plus, I'm in love, so I guess there was a third reason involved in that too. Do I ever feel like I'm more emotional than RJ, and how do I deal with that? Honestly, I do believe that I am more emotional than him. I have autism, I have anxiety, I have depression. I'm basically constantly always upset about something because of those reasons, so yes, I do feel like I'm more emotional than RJ.
I'm sorry, can I get a butt in?
Yes, of course, my love. But my second point before... I'm so sorry, baby. I just feel like I need to explain this. I'm not saying that RJ doesn't have depression or anxiety. That was not my point in what I just said. I know he does too. So, was not my point.
With me, it's not that I don't like to show emotion, or that I don't have emotion.
You have emotions, sweetheart.
But like I find myself like hiding it. No, thank you. I'm okay. I find myself hiding it, and it's not even, like, I'd say 90% of the time it's not on purpose. It's just like, I don't want to say it was how I was raised, because I was always taught it's okay to cry, it's okay to show emotion.
That's how we're going to raise our children as well.
Yeah.
It's okay to cry, whether you're a boy, whether you're a girl, whether you're in public. Cry if you want to.
Yeah. But
hate that society teaches you that.
But I think it's because, like, I'm not gonna get into the specifics, but stuff that, like, throughout my childhood, you know, like, I had my little brother, and, you know, I had to stay strong for him, so I think naturally, I, like, suppress my emotions, if that makes sense. Someone's cold.
I am a snuggle bug, thank you. But now I can't reach my phone. But I'm freezing!
Well,
You see my dilemma here, people.
let me see what I can do here.
Wait, was I done? I feel like I wasn't done. Was I done?
No.
I wasn't?
Stop.
Oh. Yes, as I said, I do feel I am more emotional than RJ. But as he said, that's not because he doesn't show emotion or anything, it's just because I'm constantly showing emotion. I'm like always pouring out emotion. And how do I deal with that? Honestly, just through communication. Like, sometimes I'm still not very good at it, but I believe I'm a lot better than I used to be. Because I will tell you when I'm upset, or he'll notice something on my face when I don't want to speak. Like I said, I'm getting better. But he'll notice my facial features or my body language or something. You'll notice something about me when I'm upset. But sometimes also I will tell him. So honestly, I just deal with that through communication. Because that's just the way I believe to deal with your problems. I shouldn't have taken it off. The scariest moment in your life when you felt that your life was in danger. There are two parts to this. One I've already went over. When I was sexually assaulted 5 times, I thought that they were going to do something more permanent, I guess. Not that this isn't permanent too, it was just the best way I knew how to explain it. Because this is definitely permanent. At least for me. But how could I forget the question? Just oh my gosh. I think I need to go to bed. But that was the first reason when I felt my life was in danger. The second part, RJ does not know about this. My family does not know about this. No one knows about this but me. But I guess everyone's about to know about it now. It was the night when one of the boys sexually assaulted me. I was at Subway, the job when I worked at the time. This was like 3 years ago, I believe, back in 2017. I may be wrong. I literally cannot remember much about my life. I guess that's what trauma does to you, doesn't it? But whatever the year I was working at Subway at the time, I had just been, you know what. And I know, baby, I'm sorry. He really doesn't like to hear this topic, and honestly, I don't like talking about it, but
That's why it's called Tampon.
what, baby?
That's why it's called Tampon.
But probably said this for the first time now, I'm sorry guys. But I was working at Subway at the time. I just went through an ordeal that nobody should ever have to go through. And I called my mom, I told her what happened, and I was waiting outside, which I knew I should not have been doing. And some people came up to me. Like, I was outside, mind you. I was walking around. I was nowhere near Subway. I was like on the little corner or something, and some people came up to me, they were like, "Hey, sweetheart, how are you? What's up? What you doing? What are you doing out here all alone?" You know, some things like that. And I was like, looking fearful. I was like, what's going on? Why are you guys so close to me? I'm waiting for someone. I didn't say things like that, but I had the worried look on my face, and like this was the things I was thinking. I was like, why are you guys near me? What's going on? And then the next thing you know, I was pinned up against the wall with some kind of device against my neck. I'm not sure what it was, if it was a knife, if it was a gun. My body just went into fear mode. And then I really cannot remember what happened next. I just remember them running away. Maybe it was my mother, maybe it was a police car, maybe they just decided they'd had their fun with me, like they scared me. I do not know. But that is the second moment when I realized my life may possibly be in danger. So I went through a lot that night, I can tell you that. But no one ever knew about that story. I've never told RJ, never told my family, never told anybody about that one. So, yeah. You never know someone's story just by looking at them, I can tell you that. So, all the judgment I get, you might want to take a step back and look at my story before you judge me. That wasn't pointed at anyone, that was just pointed at people who judge people's stories. You just might want to know them before you do something like that. How do you remain intimate when you have a bad body image, or day, or week, or month, or year? Honestly, for me, I don't. I don't want to be touched, I don't want to be looked at, I just feel so gross. I just want to curl up in a ball and just be around nobody. So I honestly don't deal with that too well, but what I can tell you is that just do things that make you happy. For one, like a lot of people dress up in makeup, they put on pretty clothes. Some people, they stick sticky notes everywhere. This is something I did when I was in therapy. Just stick sticky notes everywhere that remind you that you're beautiful. Talk to someone that you love and be like, this is what's going on with me. I feel so ugly. Talk to your significant other. There are a lot of things that you can do. I know regarding intimacy, you may not want to talk to people, but these are just some things that you could do. Because no one deserves to crawl up in a ball and feel ugly. And that's coming from someone who doesn't. You really don't want to do that. It'll just make you hurt a lot worse when you should be trying to feel better. Because you're beautiful. You deserve to feel beautiful. Look at me saying all this stuff to you guys when I don't believe it myself. Me to a T. How do you handle jealousy or trust issues in your relationship if you have any? Trust issues, I really do not have with RJ. Because I trust him with my life. Plus, also, we're constantly around each other. Like, so I know he ain't gonna do nothing. And the third reason is because he knows me and my entire family would beat him to a pulp if he ever did. So, 3 reasons why I don't have trust issues in my relationship. But jealousy I do have. Not necessarily about RJ, just towards other people. Like, I'm so, what's the word, territorial, protective? I don't know. I hope I didn't use those words wrong. But I'm just gonna use the word protective because it sounds better. But I'm so protective, like I don't want anyone looking at what's mine. Like I'm this way with my entire loved ones. I'm this way with RJ, I'm this way with my mother, my brother. Don't breathe around them. Don't look at them. Don't nothing. Like, that's my job. They have me, they have my grandfather, they have my mother, they have everybody. They have people to do that for you. You don't need to look at anyone I love. Don't breathe around them, don't look at them, don't talk to them. Don't even step in their direction. So I have jealousy with my loved ones, just don't do it. But how I handle that is I don't really. I really don't. I guess I've always had a motherly instinct in me. I guess that's also where it comes from, is I'm just like, don't look at my babies. Like, as weird as that sounds, I'm just like, don't look at my husband, don't look at my mother, don't. I'm just so protective. I'm this way with my best friends too. Like, Riley and Caitlin, like, I adore them. Like, don't look at my babies. Don't do it. So I don't really handle that too well. No,
I think you do.
I don't. Tips for period cramps.
Yeah.
I guess this is officially girl talk with my husband. Since he wants to keep butting.
Well, I feel like
Baby, I'm kidding.
I know. I just feel like I haven't talked, and
It's okay, sweetheart. You want to say something, just or speak. No, don't speak, because...
I feel like I'm in class.
I hate that stuff in high school. Another thing I'm gonna teach our kids, like, whenever you're in school, just freaking go to the bathroom. Like, it's your bladder, your body, just go. I used to do that too. Can I go to the bathroom? No, you cannot. You want me to pee on the floor then? You were saying. I get so peeved off of society.
There's like a heating. I feel like a heating pad helps with that.
Yes. Or you can use warmies. They're stuffies. I call them stuffies. Judge me if you please. I do not care. I don't care. They are my children. I have like 70 over there. They are my children. They are my children. So.
They're mine too. So.
Christian middle finger. I have problems.
You're so silly.
They're called warmies. They're basically heating pads and a stuffy. You can use one that looks like this. I stole it from my mother. You can put it on your stomach, on your back. You can use that, or you can use the warmies, the heating pad and a stuffy. Those are one thing, but I highly do believe in heating pads. And you can use, what the heck are those pills called? Those feel-good pills, I'm just gonna call them. I cannot describe anything from my life. But the feel-good pills, the red feel-good pills, the pills. Pills. I'm just like...
Orange pills.
I should just not talk. Tylenol. I think that's it, Tylenol. There's also one called acetaminophen.
Oh.
I don't know how to say that.
Acetaminophen.
Whatever he said.
Basically, that's like the medical term.
This is not a medical term.
I know, but I'm just informing them. It's just aspirin. Acetaminophen is aspirin, I think.
I'm just gonna call it acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen?
Yep.
I'm gonna call it that not too. What? What?
Acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen. My head hurts. I need some acetaminophen.
Okay. This is gonna be like an hour video, sweetheart, so we gotta go. What? Okay. You can use heating pads, you can use warmies, you can use the feel-good pills that I literally just said. What are you doing with your life? I love saying that to people. I really hope it's not offensive to people. But you can use those 3 things I say. You can get lots of snuggles from either a baby friend, husband, wife, significant other. Get lots of snuggles. Eat chocolate. I highly recommend it. Just stuff your face. You can worry about the consequences next week when you're off your period. Just do that. Just eat chocolate. Personally, I don't think you have any consequences to worry about because chocolate is delicious and causes no one no harms. So, personally, I don't think anyone has anything to worry about. Just eat it. Just eat it.
I have a question. I'm sorry, sweetie.
Okay, my love.
Does chocolate like literally help you feel better, or
it makes the sad bads go away.
Okay.
That's what I call them because I just feel so gross and sad on my period. I'm just like, I feel so icky and gross and ugly. So yeah, I call them the sad bads. Don't judge me, or do. I don't really care. Huh?
I said this is wrong. I think that's cute.
Cure the sad bads. I'm a different kind of species.
But we are one and the same.
Touche. Maybe we gotta go. Tips for shaving your legs or your bikini line. Honestly, I think people may have better tips than I do. But what I do is I use a brand new razor. That's one thing I think you should always use. You can use conditioner. Some people shave with just water. I've done that recently. I don't really think it helps anything. But you can use conditioner, you can use water, you can use shaving cream. You can use whatever you please. But the one thing I do recommend you do is always have a new razor. I don't really know anything about curing ingrown hairs. I don't really know anything about that. But what I suggest is just go to a doctor. Or what do you call those people? Dermatologist? No, I believe that's for your skin. I'm just gonna call it what do you call those people? A vagina doctor. That's just, I don't know. I don't know what they're called. But those are really all my tips. I'm not too good about shaving, so I suggest just do your research, or if you can, talk to your mother, talk to your best friend, or like I just said, research. Shaving, waxing. If I could talk, that'd be great. Shaving, waxing, or laser hair removal. Personally, all three frighten me for different reasons. Shaving, because a lot of people can get ingrown hairs. Waxing, that hurts. A lot. And laser, it's a laser on your vagina, on your vagine, on your little bean. So really all three options hurt. But for me, what I'd go with is laser hair removal. I really can't explain why, but just laser hair removal. But honestly, I just go with whatever works for you. How do you deal with being catcalled or dealing with gross men? Okay, so sometimes I've just recently on Instagram got a DM from someone calling me beautiful. I'll tell you about it when this is over. I have not told RJ yet, so he's probably sitting there like, must engage violent mode. Your eyes twitching. He's angry. But I have not answered him, but there was this man, I believe maybe he was a fake account or something like that, but he was talking to me on Instagram, like calling me beautiful and asking me how my day was. And whenever that happens, honestly, RJ just deals with it. And I do not really get catcalled because right now I really don't leave my house. But when I did get catcalled, honestly, I would just, as weird as it sounds, I would just do something nuts. Like I would bark at them or something like that. Or I would like, I can't really think of other crazy things to do. I hate that word. But I can't really think of any other crazy things to do. But honestly, when I was just being catcalled, I would just bark at them. Be like, she's nuts. Yeah, I am. So, stay away from me. But you can bark, as weird as this sounds, like, you just use pepper spray. You use one of those, what do you call them? It's not a knife. Like, what, I don't know. But whatever it's called, use one of those, bark, pee on yourself, run away, do anything. Because, honestly, being catcalled could turn into something way worse. And it's really depressing that we live in a world like this, but from someone who's been through it, you don't want to deal with it, sweetie. You really don't. So I highly suggest you take every precaution necessary. You really should.
That's excellent advice.
My loves, you really don't want to go through it.
Sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry, guys. But we'll be back in a second.
Hi guys.
Hey guys.
We're back. We had a little technical difficulty issue.
Yeah. The camera somehow stopped recording.
But I believe I was done.
Yeah, I think you were. It didn't stop recording.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. It didn't stop recording, but like it does this thing. It's weird. Like once the video gets to 30 minutes, it like stops recording automatically. So I had to hurry up and.
We've had this camera for a while. It's done that since we've got it. We really don't know why, but it does. So, and I'm not quite done, and it will not interrupt me. So, how to get rid of a toxic boy? Drop him like a hot pot sticker or run him over. Your choice. No, I'm kidding.
All the above?
I'm kidding. Do not do that. Do not do that. Sweetie. But do drop him. Seriously, because toxic boys, toxic girls, even though this is a TMI girl talk, toxic girls are no better either. And they do exist. Just because people think just because we're girls we can't be toxic, yes the heck we can. Oh yes, we can. I have met many in my lifetime. We can be toxic. Sexuality, or not sexuality, sexism. Sexism works both ways. It really does. You think they can't, but they really can. And we're not going to start up a debate about this, so we're just, before I get on to any other topic, it'll really make people angry. Okay. I just looked at it 2 seconds ago. How to get rid of a toxic boy. Really, one of the things I would say is, as hard as this is sometimes, you really need to recognize your own worth. You really do, baby. Because you are worth like 1,000 suns. You're worth gold. You're worth sunshine. You're worth flowers. You're so beautiful, and you deserve a lot more than what that douchehead is putting you through. Like, you really deserve better, baby. And I would not let some ugly freaking 12-year-old treat you like you dirt. I really wouldn't. That's honestly just the best advice I have. You need to realize that you're a lot better than what he's giving you, or she. You, my love, are worth everything. And if someone can't treat you like that, then they need to go.
And that goes for, like she said, I know this is a,
TMI girl talk.
yeah, but that goes for all the men or, like boys out there. Like if you're in a toxic relationship and like...
Leave. You
leave.
notice the signs. You notice them start... Sorry. What the frick was that? Sweetie.
Sorry.
I hate that noise. When you notice the signs, like one of the signs is when they start to isolate you. Because when they start to isolate you, like, that's one of the signs. I'm going to tell you a few of the signs because honestly, this thing that I've seen going around lately, I believe it's something like this, has really, really upset me. Like, domestic violence is really real. It can start with someone who's toxic and it can turn into abusive. It can really just start into a lot. And from someone who's been through it, these are the few signs you need to watch out for, my loves. When they start to isolate you. Because when they start to isolate you is probably the first step. They start to isolate you. They'll take you away from your friends. They'll take you away from your family. They'll take you away from everyone that you love. That's one of the first signs. And then they will start to get verbal with you. Like verbally abusive. They'll say, you don't need that. You're ugly. Or... why are you putting makeup on? You're not going anywhere. You're not leaving me. You're too ugly to wear makeup. You're too ugly to wear that outfit. Don't put that on. Something like that. It will turn verbal. And then, I'm not saying this happens in every case, but it can get physical. It's when they will punch you. It's when they will hit you. And also in some cases, it can turn sexual. They will do non-consensual things to you. And really, if you notice any of those signs, babies, you need to leave. This is serious. And if I believe this is the sign, but don't hold me to it, I really would look that up because I do not want to give someone the wrong advice. But I believe it's something like this because I've seen Taylor Swift recently do it. And that frightens me. Whatever she's going through. Good Lord, I hope she makes it out. But like I said, do not hold me to this. I really would look it up. But that's basically it. My loves, if you notice any of the signs, it's really time to leave.
Like I said, that goes for the men and...
that goes for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just be abused if you're a woman. You can't just be abused if you're a man. You can't just be sexually assaulted if you're a woman. And I honestly really hate that that's another thing society has done. That women can only be assaulted. No, they really can't. Men, this goes out to you too. Just because this is a TMI girl talk, it also goes out to you boys.
That's why...
the things I've said, you can either help your woman, you can help your friend, you can help your family member, you can help somebody. So this goes out to you guys too. Look out for domestic violence and don't be a part of it yourself. Can I hear that? Mr. Sweetface. Oh. Okay. That is my son. You're a pinhead and a half. Were you gonna say something?
I was just saying I feel like I needed to speak up about that because
It's a very serious topic, my love.
yeah, it's very serious and it's something that I don't like make known, but I feel like very strongly about it. Like you said, you know, I'm not saying anything bad. I'm not saying a majority of women go through that stuff. I'm just saying that, you know,
Everyone can go through it.
yeah, everyone can go through it. And I feel like I don't want to say the men who go through it are kind of pushed to the side.
Children too. This
Yeah.
also can go out to children. If you see a child being abused in the park or something, there also goes out to children. Notice the signs for everyone. Because not just women, not just men, children. Pets too. Pets can be beat. Just really look out for anything that you might see. And call a domestic abuse hotline. There should be some near you. Look it up. Ohio Domestic Abuse Hotline. North Carolina Domestic Abuse Hotline. California Domestic Abuse Hotline. I suppose that's my cue to do the next one. Is it okay to wait until marriage? Absolutely it is. If you want to wait until marriage, that is great. If you do not, that is also great. Just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean I'm one of those Christians. As rude as this is to probably say this, it does not mean that I am one of those Christians. I am a firm believer in...
Excuse me.
I am a very firm believer in waiting until marriage, but I am also a very firm believer in not waiting until marriage, if that makes any sense. It's your body. You know what's best for your body. You should do what you want to. Is it okay to wait until marriage? Absolutely. Is it also not okay to wait until marriage? Absolutely. I've seen a lot of Christians do this and it makes me very, very angry. They're all like, being gay is a sin. Okay, so what if it is? That's up to your father. That's up to my father. That's up to God. That is not up to you. It's really not. And I am just not one of those Christians, and I can't stand when I see Christians doing it. It's not your job to judge. Does your first time hurt? Well, for someone that's never really had a first time, I do not know. As I've said, for one of these questions, it really varies for everyone. Because you can either be born with a hymen or you cannot. Your hymen, if you do have it, it will bleed or it will not. You will have discomfort or you will not. So for me, I cannot answer that obviously because I have not done it. And I cannot answer it for anybody else because it depends on your body. Me, like I said, I have a low pain tolerance, so I think my body will really hurt because I do not tolerate pain well whatsoever. But if you have a high pain tolerance, maybe you'll be better, or maybe it really doesn't depend on your pain tolerance at all. I do not know. As I said, I have not been through it. I have not done it. So I'm probably not the best at giving advice for this part, but all I can say is it really does depend on your body. But if it does hurt, you need to tell your partner. If it becomes unbearable, then you need to tell your partner, we need to stop. And if they don't, as I've said for domestic abuse type stuff, you need to leave. Because they are trying to unconsensually do very bad things to you. And you don't need to be around that. Pads, tampons, or menstrual cups? For me, okay. For me, I use pads. Some people, honestly, this might sound a little gross, but this is TMI talk, so kind of things are supposed to be sad or gross or upsetting or something like that, so. But for me, I use pads, and people might be disgusted of the idea of, you're sitting in your own blood, okay? And mind your own. But I use pads because I cannot use tampons. From someone that hasn't lost it, this may be true, this may be not, but for me, I feel like I would be losing it to a tampon. Because it's something that goes inside of you. I just really feel like I'd be losing my virginity to a tampon. No, thank you. And menstrual cups, I believe that's the same thing because you have to push the little bendy looking part. I don't know. And then you have to stick it up inside of you. So for me, the answer would be pads. But talking to all the other women and the girls and the teens and the preteens and everybody else, you need to do what's best for you. There is no one who knows your body better than you. So if you want to use pads, you use pads. You want to use tampons. Menstrual cups, you use menstrual cups. No one knows your body like you do.
To be honest, I didn't even know menstrual cups was a thing.
Yeah. I don't know much about them. I just know it's this little cup looking thing with string. You squish the cup part and it goes up inside of you. I don't know how the blood comes out or anything like that. I don't know.
Sounds painful.
Oh yeah, I think so. But as I said, your body rules. Do what you want. Okay, that is it for TMI Girl Talk. We hope you guys enjoyed day whatever of Vlogmas. I can't even keep track anymore. I believe it's like day 20, 21, somewhere around there. I don't know.
Beats me.
But I hope I was a good big YouTube sis for you guys. I hope I gave you good advice because honestly, when we made this video, that's all I wanted to do. Is help give girls and boys advice. Like I said, this may be TMI Girl Talk, but boys can use this advice as well. So, you guys know the drill. But before I do the outro or anything like that, tomorrow... You want to tell them together? You want me to tell it? Okay. Tomorrow, I will be going to my first wedding dress fitting. We will be doing TikToks. We will be recording it for YouTube. You guys will be able to see my dress. So, follow us on TikTok. The link will be in the description. If you're not subscribed to us yet, what are you waiting for?
Really?
Okay. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Bye,
Bye, guys.